Play it again.
I want it.
The Allies are calling it chronosphere technology. My sources tell me it is done with extremely high energy signals.
I want it.
Comrade, how?
I am surrounded by idiots. Do whatever it takes. Steal it. Take it from them. Nadia, tell your spies I want detailed plans. If Gradenko had not allowed Einstein to slip through our fingers, that weapon would be ours now.
Comrade, we do have a lead. An Allied base outside SETI is sending out very strong energy signals. I believe this is where the chronosphere hides. There are 3 separate control centers we've identified there.
Take control of all 3. Do not allow them to destroy that which is rightfully ours. General?
New Dan Bins, it's me SkiNLeY19, and welcome back to Let's Play Command & Conquer Red Alert. When we last left off, we were starting a new mission. Thank Christ. But so you heard the gentleman. Stalin himself wants us to steal the chronosphere technology from the Allies. Now, if you remember from the Allies playthrough, the chronosphere is the building that lets you like teleport people, basically. I guess that's like the best way I could explain it. I mean, like the technical way, I guess, is like he like creates a rift, a warp hole through space and time, and it like moves people from one location to another. I don't know. I just say teleports. But so basically, the Allies have that in this timeline. The Allies have this technology, and Stalin wants us to steal it because he's a dirty trickster like that. And he thinks that Einstein would have given him that technology had he not been taken. Now this is all in preparation. Like most of you will be like, hang on, Einstein was in Germany. Why did the Russians have him? Well, if you remember in this timeline, in the Command & Conquer timeline, the Einstein created the, I think it's the chronosphere, I think, or a prototype thereof, and it sent him into the past, and he removed Hitler from the past, so World War II never happened, and then instead of that, the Russians became too powerful and started a war with all of Europe, and so on and so forth. So basically, in this timeline, the Russians have Einstein, or had him, before the Allies steal it. I mean, you can see that the Allies storyline is actually like the correct storyline that actually happened, if you know what I mean. Like it's this timeline, it's the timeline that takes precedence over everything else. Because like even in the Russians, the Soviets timeline like this, you can even see that things that we did in the Ally campaign, like stealing Einstein, still happen. So it doesn't look in the favor of the Soviet Union. Which is great. I like how it shows you like the different timelines like taking their own twist on everything. Because that's fun. That's what I like about the Command & Conquer games, especially because they're working with a really tricky aspect, aka time travel. Because time travel is really, really tricky to wrap your head around. Like really tricky. Especially because you can basically like just change whatever the hell you want and just claim it as a timeline. Like you've gone back in the past and changed this, or gone back in the past and changed this, and so on and so forth. So, Comrade, affirmative. Alright, so anyways, let's begin scouting ahead. I mean, that's that. Like I said, that's always one thing that's always interested me about these games. Like, not only because they're real-time strategy and they require like a lot of thinking, like they require you to like you can't, to an extent, you can rush in and just destroy everything. But even at that point, it's not like Call of Duty or something. You just pick up a gun and bang, 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 you shoot people, and sometimes you win. No, like this requires you to know like what building combinations make what, and then like what tanks are good against what. that kind of thing. So even like rushing in kind of still requires a bit of input, a bit of thought process going behind it, which I always like, and even the story shows that. Which the story's always been good in Command & Conquer until Red Alert 3, which Red Alert 3's story was at best. Like, I can understand a couple of the things that they were doing, but other times it's just like, why did you put this in the game? But that's another tirade for when I actually eventually play Red Alert 3. Because I do intend to do the entire Command & Conquer series. I'm not sure about the Tiberian side of it. I'm not sure, because that's not as well known to me. Because I only played the Red Alert side of it more than anything else, whereas the Tiberian War kind of thing, I only got in, I think it was Tiberian Sun was the very first time I played anything to do with that campaign, which was like the second it was the second one. And then I played Command & Conquer 3 for the Xbox, which, to be honest, even as heavily as Xbox, as much as I play my Xbox, you don't play real-time strategy games on an Xbox. They don't work. They are strictly PC, and I'm strictly PC only for those games. So like StarCraft, freaking League of Legends, just all real-time strategy games, basically, it's just, you have to play them on a PC. Because it just doesn't work on an Xbox 360 controller. It's too tricky. That and the controls just don't feel right. Like, you have a mouse on screen and you're moving it with a controller. It's like, no, this game is built for a PC. It's made for one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a fantastic game on the Xbox, but I don't know, it's just me. I'm going off on a little tirade here that I prefer these games on a PC. So you can imagine my delight when I gushed horribly when they came out with the first decade, when it first came out. And also, I saw recently a trailer for Generals 2 that is being made by BioWare, the people that make the Mass Effect series and the Dragon Age series, and it's also using the I think it's the Frostbite engine that's in Battlefield. I am literally like squeeing like a little girl when those trailers came on. I literally was like, oh my god. It was, oh goodness, it touched me in my happy voice. Oh man, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be wicked to play on especially on like the Frostbite engine. Dude, those buildings will fall down so good. Everything's just gonna look amazing on that game. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait till Generals 2 comes out. And hopefully BioWare will revive the franchise after what fucking EA did to it with Red Alert 3, that abomination of a game. I mean, personally, it's like, to that game, it's like they just hired well-known faces and, like, didn't really put any thought process into anything. Like, I mean...
Construction complete.
They need to stop. That's for another video. Can't use all my material in one video. And I say material and it's not. Nobody cares. Everybody thinks it's a bad game. Well, a lot of people think it's a bad game. Don't get me wrong, I play it and I like it. I like it for what it is, a real-time strategy, but there's a lot of things I just... Like, real-time strategy games like this, I go back to... Like, I'll go back to Command & Conquer, the very first one, like Red Alert, the very first one I played. And I'll go back to, like, Zero Hour. I always do it like my best friend Paul. Me and him always play online all the time. Like, even now, like, me and PTM, we're doing that General 0 Hour Brutal AI challenge. I mean, I'll always go back to the games because I love them. I like Halo Wars. Hell, me and my friend Paul, we freaking played Halo Wars for, like, I don't know, like 8 months solid every night because we were playing online to get to the general rank. It's just... But like Red Alert 3, I think once I beat it and got all the achievements on Xbox Live, I think I never touched that game again. I'm pretty sure I sold it back to the games company, like I traded it in or whatever. And like, I don't care what price I got for it. Like, that's how bad of a game it is. Like, I'm an avid video game collector. Like, I think I have like 100 Xbox games on me and like 20, 30 PC games. And like a crap ton of DS games as well, like including all of the Pokemons. Hell, I still have my old Game Boys and DSs to play the old Game Boy games on. So like, I'm an avid video game collector, so You can imagine how bad it is there if I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just putting this Red Alert 3 back, this joke of a game. I don't even want it in my archives. And then saying that, I went and downloaded the Commander's Challenge, but that's just me. I'm a glutton for punishment. Hee hee. But I don't know, that's my opinion. What do you guys, if any of you played Red Alert 3 and you like it, please, by all means, try and point out to me why. I mean, I have my opinions as to why I don't like it, and I'll try and save it for when I actually do a Red Alert 3 Let's Play, which probably won't be for a while down the line, because once the Soviet side of the story is finished, I'm actually going to take a break from Red Alert, because, and the whole real-time strategy series, because I've kind of overdone it on my channel right now. Like I've done Populous, and I've done 2 things of Populous, and I've done the Ally story of the frickin' Command and Conquer, and I'm doing the Soviet side right now. So I'm probably gonna take a break, and we're gonna play something else once this is finished. Because I really can't remember how freaking close I am to finishing this game. Like, I really cannot remember how many missions you have. If you know how many missions I have left, please tell me. I really want to know. I really want to know if I'm really close to finishing this. Because I cannot remember for love nor money. Get out my face! Wow, that electrocuted my own guy. Yes, I'm well aware that our base is under attack. There's been 2 tanks sitting in it for the past 5 minutes. Thieves! Uh-oh. And the Tesla coil will get them. Come on. Walk in range of my Tesla coil, boys. Come on. Come. Oh. Okay, they walked into my war factory. All that thieves do in war factories, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think all thieves do is they tell you what the opponent's building? I want to say it, or is that the spy? What does a thief do? Does it slow it down, maybe? Like the thing you're building, it slows it down? Either that or it steals technology. Like, so they can build my heavy tanks now, or something like that. I don't know. I forget what it does. So if we see blue heavy tanks, don't be afraid. That'll be why, because they stole it from us. Oh, come on. Alright. This is the part I hate about this, like, real-time strategy games as well, because I have to, like, ad-lib for the beginning of the entire video, because I have to wait so long to get money and to get everything built up, and then, like, action starts happening when we start blowing people up. Construction complete. Ah, man. Alright, let's keep getting our defenses set up. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to launch, like, tanks. I'm just going to build an army of mammoth tanks, and we're going to roll over people. Because they deserve it! Deserve it, I say. Ugh. And I'm probably going to say this, like, when we start a new episode, I'm probably going to make that first initial video about 20 minutes long, just so I could get, like, all the building and, like, all that stuff out of the way in one video, like, all the setup of the base and that in 20 minutes. In a 20-minute time frame, I should have a base set up, unless it's an indoor level, and then I'll probably be all in that one level, the indoor level, because they're usually short, and they usually have, like, a 20-minute time limit anyway. But if we start a level where I get to build a base, the first time we ever play that level with the opening cutscene is probably going to be about 20 minutes long. Because that should be enough time for me to get my base, like, well established. So, like, the next episode will be all, like, me, like, building tanks and, like, causing attacks and that kind of thing. So we can actually get something done. And here's the awesome Hell March music. And that's like a staple of the Command and Conquer series. That's what it's well known for, that Hell March theme tune. It's an amazing theme tune. Who is it that does this? Is it Kruger? It's a German dude, I know that. And it's amazing. You can listen to it on Last FM, I believe. Like, that's where I found out who actually did the track. Alright, we have an airfield. Oh, I just love this song. So the reason I'm building an airfield so early is so we can have, like, power bombs and paratroopers, like, drop into our base. Just save this quick there. so it doesn't lag and crash on me. But yeah, so oops. The reason I build airfields really early at the beginning is because then we can have the power bombs and the paratroopers and the spy plane immediately start counting down, because then we can actually for a while, like some missions I'll just drop the 5 rifle infantry that the power drop drops. I'll drop them in like a safe zone, and I'll just keep dropping it there like 5 or 6 times until we have like an army of like 30 infantry, and then I'll just go walk into a base and try and do some damage with them. Even though it usually fails horribly and like one tank runs over all of them, because the computer is like impossible to avoid when they're trying to run over your units. I mean, I know in later games like Red Alert 2 or whatever, you can press X on the keyboard and all your units scatter and it avoids them getting run over, but I'm not sure that it works in this game. I haven't really tried. I don't really have any units to try it with at this moment in time, so, you know, there's that. I guess I could hint towards what I'm going to be playing next. It is going to be one of my favourite genres. It's going to be a horror game. Now, it's not going to be anything recent, so don't think, oh, he's going to play Slender Man. No. It's not going to be anything recent. It's going to be an older horror generation. A survival horror, if you will. Because that's, like, if you don't know this, but I'm a huge, huge horror fan. Like movies, books, anything like that. I love horror. Everything to do with horror. It's amazing. I love it to bits. Because, like, the way I see it is, like, horror movies are, like, the only like, genre that you actually get, like, feedback out of people. Like, if you see, like, Die Hard. Die Hard's flipping amazing. Probably, like, the best action movie ever made. But, like, it's an action movie. You'll sit there, you watch it, be like, oh, that was cool after the movie's finished. But if you watch a horror movie and you're in a cinema with, like, 50 to 100 different people, and there's actually people getting scared, you can feel the fear in the room, and you get, like, people will jump and react to the movie, which I love seeing horror movies in theaters, just to have people do that, because it makes a horror movie that much more better when you're in a theater with, like, 50 to 100 people, and like, you can just feel the fear coming off of some people. It's amazing. It's such a good feeling. Like, to have that, like, you're watching a horror movie, you're enjoying it, you're a bit scared, and then you start sensing that everybody else, like, I don't know how else to explain it, like, you just sense that, like, everybody else is afraid. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. It's such a good feeling. And the same goes for, like, horror games. Like, I used to play a load of horror games with my family, and there was, like, always one member of my family that would always, like, jump out of his skin every time something happened. And he's just, it's amazing to play horror games with it, because he just gets so afraid. He's like, oh, watch out for that, oh. He's like the type of person that you want to play a horror game with this, because he's getting scared, he makes you scared. You're like, okay, I got it. Oh, it's just great. So look forward to that, because I enjoy horror games, like, religiously. I enjoy them, and it'll be fun to see how everybody reacts to playing it, because I think it's a kind of an underrated game, an under the radar game kind of thing. I'm not sure how well people do it. Like, I don't know about you guys in the US, but I know a lot of people here in Britain have no idea what I'm talking about whenever I talk about this specific game. Newer ones, not the older ones, which is kind of disgusting, because the old one is much better, which is sad. But anyway, alright, so we have actually got this base quite nicely established, if I do say so myself. I could be a president of SimCity one day. Ooh, speaking of which, I actually heard that there's a new SimCity coming out. I am well looking forward to that. That looks awesome. Oh hey, another spy plane. We will spy here, see what's here, and I will actually leave this off here. So, next time, we will be back doing this mission and hopefully attacking people. So, I'm SkiNLeY19, and thank you for watching. Bye!